the dentist. Super exciting. Just one thing on the list of things that we need to take care of before we leave. We wanted to take a couple of minutes to answer a few of the questions that we've been getting from you guys, and just see if we can clear some things up and have some fun and start getting used to being on camera all the time. Right?
It works well, I think, for what we're doing. I mean, literally...
Short-term and long-term, right?
Absolutely, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, we're going to be traveling. We're going to be essentially wandering around the United States. I mean, we don't have a set plan, necessarily.
We have a general plan,
but we're just going to go, and we're going to see where this new adventure takes us. Eventually, we do want to own property, not in the city. I want to own a lot of property, big piece of land. I want to be able to hunt from my backyard and fish from my front yard. It's always been kind of a dream of mine to be able to do that, and I think it would be pretty awesome to be self-sufficient, have a little farm, and be able to hatch our own eggs. Is that the right word? Is that the right word? Like, have chickens that hatch our own eggs?
Let me clarify. Hold on. Yeah, Let me clarify that we know zero things about being homesteaders, but that apparently we're hatching our own eggs. Brennan has many talents here. But yeah, that's ultimately, that is our goal, and we'll talk about why we're not doing that now. We'll talk about that, you know, eventually in another video, why we're not doing that right now and why we're choosing, you know, this path instead. So when choosing our name, we wanted something that, you know, represented and embodied, you know, our journey now, but who we are, you know, all together, who we are, and our dreams for the future too. So are we going to be homesteaders on the road? No, because that's not really possible. But are we, you know, we're definitely going to be as homegrown as possible, as much as you can be in an RV. So, you know, we tend to obviously lean toward a more natural type of lifestyle, and we're definitely more on the crunchy side. I'm not all about getting a composting toilet or anything like that at this point. I'm not. We got enough going on with executing this and getting it off the ground without adding in, you know, poop and, you know, issues like that. So definitely not right now with the composting, but we are absolutely going to be as organic and, you know, natural as possible, and we'll have videos about that as well.
Tentatively, when we leave here, we plan on going north and following up the East Coast for a little while to end up in Maine. We've never been to Maine. I think it'll be awesome. I have visited 46 states so far, and one of the 4 I have not visited is Maine. Bucket list.
I'm super excited about Maine. Everybody said it's beautiful, and I know probably after that, you know, we'll hit up Niagara Falls for sure. Neither one of us has ever been to the falls, and want to take the kids there for sure. If any of you want to comment on this video of places that you think that we should absolutely check out, we would love your input. And if you are along the way, we would love to meet up with you. We are for sure all about connecting with new people and connecting with old friends too. So after that, we're going to stay in Michigan for a while, a couple of months probably, and we will head back down to Florida for a couple of months after Christmas. So that is tentatively the plan, and while normally we're planners, usually we are, we don't want to stress ourselves out, you know, with planning too much. You know, I know we should probably make reservations as far in advance as possible, but if we have too strict of a schedule, and I don't want us to beat ourselves up too bad if, you know, if we decide we want to stay an extra week somewhere, or if we want to leave someplace early and add another stop to the list, you know, we want to have freedom to do that and not be super stressed out. I'll tell you how I feel about it. It's just stuff. That's how I feel about it. I think a lot of this journey is super therapeutic, at least for me, because I'm just tired of, you know, stuff everywhere, and I'm just tired of not experiencing life with my kids, or handing my kids their iPad because I need to clean the house, or Brandon needs to clean the house, or whatever we're doing. We're taking care of a rental that doesn't mean anything to us. It's just a roof, and it's just stuff, and we're dusting it and cleaning it, and we're tied to it. And why? We will be experiencing life with our kids in a way that we never thought was possible. And so that's one of the reasons. It's just stuff. And is it really important? You know, is it really important? And so piggybacking off of that, you know, because it's just stuff and we can replace it anytime with something new and, you know, something that we may like better at that time, why are we going to pay, you know, $300, $400 a month for some giant storage unit to store it all for 18 plus months when no one's enjoying it, and we're just, again, flushing money down the toilet to store stuff that we don't really care about, obviously, because it's in storage, because we don't have room to bring it along with us. And it's just stuff. Do you have anything to say about that? You primping?
You busted me primping.
You primping?
Yeah, no, I think you basically hit a lot of it on the head there. If you think about it in a sense of pure numbers, it absolutely makes no sense whatsoever to keep this stuff. So, yeah. Lindsay had said between $300 and $400. So, if you take, let's just say $350, which I think is low if you take into consideration an entire house, like your couch, your TVs, your chairs, your beds, and all that kind of stuff. If you multiply that out by 18 months, I mean, you're looking in the ballpark of $6,900. Say it's a little longer. Say you're talking about 24 months. Well, now you're talking about, don't you park there. Sorry, we're parking, and I have this big monster, and this lady almost rear-ended me, and I about flipped out. That's right, keep going. Oh, she's about, this lady's crazy, y'all. There's a reason I take up 2 parking spaces and just keep people like that away from my truck. Anyway, so if you look at it in terms of 24 months, well, now you're talking about $8,400, I think, give or take, over 24 months. So why spend almost $9,000 to store furniture that's probably going to get dry rotted or ruined or have to be replaced in storage? And if you think about it a little further, most people, after a period of so long, replace their furniture anyways because things go out of style. You want to upgrade, you want new things, you want whatever. So why pay for your furniture several times over when at the end of this trip we can just go buy new stuff? Yeah. Because it is literally just stuff. So why spend $9,000 on storage when we're done, I can go spend $4,000 or $5,000 and refurnish our entire house?
Yep.
Now that doesn't mean we're getting rid of absolutely everything, because there are keepsakes and memorabilia and stuff like that, yeah, like that obviously we're not going to get rid of. That stuff is very meaningful to us for a reason, because it comes from family or their photos or you know, whatever the case may be. But as far as the rest of it goes, I can buy a couch anywhere.
Yeah.
We can buy a bed tomorrow if that's what we needed to do.
I mean, I look at it from the standpoint of, you know, in storage, nobody is enjoying it. So why not sell it to somebody in our family or to a friend? Even though I love, you know, my entertainment unit that I saved my pennies for and bought, it was like the greatest thing ever. and storage is just sitting there collecting dust, and I'm paying for it to sit there and collect dust. So why not sell it to a friend who can, you know, enjoy it and get some use out of it in their home and love on it. So how is that going? Getting rid of our stuff. So yesterday, you'll have to follow us on Instagram. You can follow our website page is the Haphazard Homemaker. So our Instagram is Haphazard Homemaker at Haphazard Homemaker, and
that's a kind of a tongue twister. Haphazard Homemaker.
I know.
Say that 3 times
You're
fast.
welcome. You're welcome. But I posted a picture yesterday of us eating dinner on the floor. We rolled out a sheet and put some placemats down, and we're gonna be picnicking it for the next couple of months, few months.
That's my bad, by the way. I'm sorry, but I couldn't help it.
No, you got a little over eager with selling stuff, but hey, it has to be done. And it's just a table. Like, we can sit down and eat anywhere. We can go outside and eat. We can sit crisscross applesauce on the floor in the kitchen, and we can eat there. And the kids actually thought it was the coolest thing ever. So everybody's been pretty supportive. Surprisingly, we were ready for, and I mean, there's still time. There's still time for the opposition, and that's fine. We welcome that, and we understand, because it is weird. What we're doing is, you know, definitely not the norm. We have peace about it, which is surprising, because somebody over here is like, he knows that. I mean, type A control freak, kind of. Like, if we don't have stability and, you know, Mr. Homebody routine, like, stability and, you know, Homebody.
Okay, that's not exactly a fair assessment.
No, it's not a bad thing.
Not a fair assessment.
It balances us out. I mean, I think that because we were both weirdly at peace with this whole thing, and how fast everything came together, and just happened kind of all providentially.
Rooted. That's the word you should have used. I'm rooted. I like being rooted in a
comfortable
home place. I like being rooted in a church that we love.
Yeah.
I like being rooted in the friendships that we have. Rooted is a good word.
Yeah. And we've been here a long time. We've been in Jacksonville for almost 11 years, and it's our home. And I think we just assumed that we were going to be here forever. And in doing so, our growth has been kind of stunted. And we couldn't figure out why our roots weren't growing here, and why we weren't finding it easy and possible to get a home and things that we were working toward. And when we prayed about it, and when we were open more to other options that were really uncomfortable and weird and not the norm, when we said, okay, you know, where do you want us to go? What are we doing here? We're open. We're willing and able, and then everything just fell into place. And I think that's how we knew that it was meant to be, and it was right, because instead of us freaking out, being so rooted and in routine and grounded here, we both were totally at peace with it, which is really strange. So I'm thankful, super thankful for that. And that's a great question. Well, our oldest will be starting kindergarten this fall, and we're gonna homeschool. We're gonna give it a shot, and we have a ton of amazing homeschool friends in this area that we're gonna reach out to for some guidance and support before we head out. And you know, we'll take the summer off and just to get our bearings and get in a routine, and then we will start up in the fall just like he would if we were here. And I'm excited. I'm not sure what direction we're gonna go in as far as curriculum and all that. We're we're leaning a little more toward the unschooling method that seems to really resonate and kind of vibrate with both of us and what we want for our kids. But stay tuned for that. I'm sure we will have all sorts of videos on our path to successful homeschooling. People have been concerned about
us killing each other.
Let's be honest. Like this is it's a legit concern, right? So, what are you guys gonna do about date nights? What are you guys gonna do to work on your marriage?
I have a good answer for this.
Okay, Brandon has a good answer.
I do. We're not gonna kill each other because my wife is perfect and I love her.
It's a good answer.
Right?
It's really good.
Gentlemen, take notes.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Do you have a real answer, or?
That is the real answer. Okay. I love you. You're perfect, and you're always right.
Okay. I'm gonna bring this up, and I'm gonna put this in the video, and yeah, I'm totally gonna regurgitate this a lot.
That's fine as long as you don't edit out me shaking my head when I'm done saying that.
Anyways, no, we've talked about this, and it's a legit concern, and we hear ya. And we realize that, this experience, this trek around the country is not going to be without its sacrifices. That is absolutely sure. The number one sacrifice is probably going to be, is definitely going to be losing our friends and family here. Our church family that we're very rooted in. New word of the day is rooted. Our church family, we have family here in Jacksonville, our good friends here. That's going to be the number one biggest thing that we're sacrificing by leaving, is those close relationships that those people are our backbone and our foundation for.
Can we change the subject? I seriously might cry.
Brandon's it's getting messy. Yeah, we'll move on.
Thanks.
So that is one of the biggest sacrifices, obviously. Another is that we won't have, babysitters all the time. And, obviously if we're staying somewhere where there is family, because we will be staying up in Michigan and some places with family close by, then we'll take advantage of that, and we'll get away or, go to a movie or do something together for sure. But we absolutely recognize that we will be sacrificing alone time for a while, and that's something that we're okay with, because this is going to be worth it. You have anything to add to that?
I think Pebble Beach sounds nice.
Brandon has a bucket list, and we'll be probably checking off quite a few things on our bucket list on this journey. And one of his is to play golf at Pebble Beach. So
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be expensive. Tuned. And I'm going to have to save for it for like a year. But it's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
We will be sure to send the camera with him that day so he can take a video at Pebble Beach. That will be fun. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed tuning in for our little introductory Q&A here. Hope it helps answer some of your questions. We would love to hear what other questions you guys have. I'd love to do one of these Q&As a couple times a month, so go ahead and put your comments down below, what you'd like to hear from us. If you have any tips or comments on where we should go, or places that you love, or just tips that you have for this kind of lifestyle, or any situation that we might come in contact with, we would love for your feedback. Thanks for joining us today.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Felicia. Was that too much? Maybe that was too much. See ya.
I'm totally putting that in there.